Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of your fear of being seen. That dream relationship, that job, the lifestyle, the success, all of it. But you'll never get to see it, nor will you ever see what you are truly capable of until you allow yourself that chance. Old ways don't open new doors. Something's gotta give. And it needs to be your grip on your comfort zone because you are so afraid of what others may think of you. Listen, I get it. No one wants to be seen in a negative light. I've been there plenty of times myself, but let's just take posting on YouTube as an example. It literally took me years to finally start this channel. The fear of being judged and literally having attention on me, whether it was good or bad, literally had me in a chokehold. I was afraid to post for so many reasons. I thought that people that I knew, like family or friends, were going to see it and they were going to tease me for it. I thought that people were going to be mean and say rude things to me and telling me that I'm not smart, I don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't care what it was. It did not have to be good. It did not have to be bad, but I was not posting, okay? I was literally doing everything I could to talk myself out of it. But I knew I wanted the lifestyle and I wanted the creative freedom, even though the attention and the spotlight that came with it scared the shit out of me. Only when I went on my healing and self-improvement journey last year was I able to uncover those shadows that were surrounding those fears and work through them to finally take the leap to start. Some people just hate the attention because of all the potential negativity that can come along with it. This fear can also show up as the fear of being judged or being laughed at, misunderstood, belittled, not accepted, which can negatively impact your self-esteem, your confidence, your self-perception, as well as your sense of worth if you don't figure out how to tackle it. So in this video, I'll be spilling all the tea on how I personally broke that chain, changed my mindset, and started putting myself out there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's hop right into it. Here is a breakdown of each chapter. The fear of being seen is actually the fear of being perceived. You don't want to be judged for being yourself or villainized for being authentic, so you'd rather conform to what others are saying and acting like in order to fit in. As humans, we are innately wired to crave acceptance and approval from others. That's how we survived back in the day. If you were considered the black sheep or the ugly duckling, you were most likely outcasted and left to fend for yourself. So even in this time period, this applies. We are communal creatures. People don't want to be singled out. So they would rather not be genuinely themselves, since apparently that's a freaking problem, than be shunned. This is not fair to you though. You are literally shoving yourself inside a box you have no business being inside of. Honestly, this can show up in so many ways, and each person is unique, so the fear of being seen will be personalized to their own circumstances and life experiences. But the overarching theme, at least in my experience, is self-sabotage. You overthink, you create negative scenarios in your head, you talk yourself out of applying for that dream job, asking that person out, or posting that video because those fears are just weighing so heavily on you. Doubt and worry that you are not good enough, you literally convince yourself that the opportunity is not worth taking because the fear of being judged, ridiculed, or talked about is greater than the excitement of going after what you want. Even though you want it, you are scared of having it and what having it entails, so you settle for average and bare minimum. Someone who has the fear of being seen is willing to say, act, or think a certain way to fit in with others. They are not aligned or authentic, and they put on masks to play a role. They are more worried about what others think of themselves instead of what they personally think. They hold the opinions of others to a higher standard than their own. They are afraid of being alone, being the black sheep, or the villain, so they will do whatever it takes to be accepted. They feel that they need to be liked by everyone, so they put external validation and approval above their own happiness and authenticity. They don't take chances or go for certain goals because of what they think people will say and how they will perceive them. You need to get to the root of why you are so afraid of being seen. This could stem from past experiences, societal pressures to fit in at school or work. Maybe your family was overly critical and judgmental. For me personally, I grew up hearing from, especially my mom, that I was to be seen, not heard, that I was only to speak when spoken to, that I shouldn't brag about my successes, that I should humble myself, etc., etc. Whenever I did have something to say or something to celebrate, I felt like it was burdensome or annoying, so naturally this followed me into adulthood. I thought that the spotlight or having attention was a bad thing, and it made me really uncomfortable, so I would downplay my success or not say anything at all about my achievements, or I would decline many opportunities out of fear that I wasn't good enough. People would think I was being a show-off, a know-it-all, whatever. But you personally need to figure out why you have this fear, because only then can you start working backwards from it and begin the unlearning process. What is holding you back? Why are you afraid? And where does it show up in your life? What do you think will happen when you finally decide to take that chance to start that business or post that content or ask that guy out? You need to get to the root as to why you feel the need to dim your light and hide who you are. Now that you've done your shadow work, it should be a lot easier now to identify where the fears show up and how. The first step to change is awareness. So once you know where it is, you can acknowledge it and be more mindful when it does pop up so you can tackle it head on. Does it show up in your school life? Maybe you're procrastinating on assignments. Maybe you're hesitating to answer a question in class because you think you'll get something wrong. Or maybe you are the last one to engage in your partner group because you think that everybody else is smarter than you. Or perhaps it's in your professional life. Do you hesitate to show your ideas during team meetings? Do you keep your opinions to yourself because you are afraid to step on any toes? It could show up anywhere else too, in your romantic relationships, your friendships, in your family, in your health and fitness, whatever. But you need to analyze your life and figure out where you are holding yourself back. When you're reflecting, you need to get clear, crystal clear, on who you are and who you want to become. Think about the things that make you you. Who are you at the end of the day? When no one is watching, who do you show up as? What makes you happy? When you find those out, tap into them and own them unapologetically. It literally does not matter what anyone else has to say. I want you to think, that's none of my business. That's a them problem, not a me problem. The fear of being seen is the fear of being perceived. Someone's perception of you is literally none of your business. Yeah, there are people out there that thrive on being nasty little beans, okay? But that is not your problem. They are projecting their insecurities, their doubts, their failures and fears onto you. The way that they see you is literally an image they created based on their own past experiences, pains, and circumstances. They don't define you. They literally don't even know you, okay? So allowing a stranger to come in and try to dim your light? No, don't let it happen. The best thing you can do for them is acknowledge that they are hurting and send them love. They are clearly going through it, and you being yourself triggered them in some kind of way, and for whatever reason, they felt the need to project their pain onto you. But at the end of the day, that's their problem, not yours. You need to accept that not everyone's gonna like you, and that's a freaking blessing. There are so many people on this planet that you want to align with, and that's a blessing from the freaking universe. You'll most likely never meet these people, so you'll never have to waste the time and energy on them. You are not here to be liked by everyone. Your light will attract the right people to you. Those that see your glow and want more of it in the healthiest way possible. They are there to hype you up, lift you up, and inspire you. Those who try to dim your light are the ones you need to stay far away from. Some people are naturally threatened when they see you doing better because it makes their own insecurities come to light. They feel jealous, envious, and challenged, and it probably makes them feel like crap because their excuses are no longer valid since you are choosing to level up and they are choosing to stay the same. You will find your people, but you'll have a harder time attracting them if your focus is to get everyone to like you. I am a firm believer that children are the real magicians. Their only limitation was their imagination. They see the world through rose-colored lenses, and for the abundance of opportunities there are, this is what you need to tap into. You need to rediscover that childlike wonder within you. What is it that you love to do? When you were a kid, what were your favorite activities? Why did you stop doing them? Find those things again and see if the same feeling is still there. If not, try something new. Do something you've always wanted to do but never had the time or the guts to do it. Get in touch with the goofy, the sassy, the creative, the spontaneous, the unlimited side of you that's still in there waiting on you to unleash them. For an example, when I was a child, I was really creative. I loved anything that involved my hands or my body. So I was really into arts and crafts. I love fashion design. I love to sing and dance. I love baking. I love cooking, painting, playing video games, making songs, whatever. And I had given up all of that for my academic career. I only recently started getting back into baking and fashion design. And I even picked up a new hobby, crocheting. And my God, it has been bringing me so much joy. I have literally found myself being more present and happier these days because I have been making space to reintroduce the things that made me happy all those years ago back into my life. And this has allowed me to show up as my more authentic, happy-go-lucky self. The fear of being average and settling for an unhappy or unfulfilling life should scare you more than the fear of trying and see what happens when you take a chance. Is your desire for your goal big enough to stomp the fear, the hesitation, the doubt? Only you can decide that. It's your life. You have the power to choose whether or not you allow this fear to keep you stuck or you use it to push you forward. Stop thinking about everybody else. What do you think of yourself? Who are you when no one is watching? People are going to talk whether you're doing good or bad. Accept that and be you. All that matters is how you see yourself. If you are not confident and sure in who you are, then of course the opinions and non-facts of others are going to bother you. Because if you were really secure in who you are, those words wouldn't even faze you. They are only getting a partial picture of who you are and using that to paint a full picture and a full description of you. And you know that's not true, and that's all that matters. Excitement and fear are actually very closely intertwined in the brain. They both give off the same adrenaline rush, but the difference is in how the mind interprets the experience. For example, say you got the chance to speak at a big conference meeting. Now some people, they've got this under control, okay? They're gonna ride the wave, they're gonna have a good time, they're gonna embrace it. And as a result, they speak easily and with confidence, and it just flows naturally for them. Now on the other hand, some people will see 1,000 pair of eyes staring at them and their mind will literally shut off. It'll go blank. They have nothing to say and all they want is for that conference to be over. It really comes down to believing in yourself and deciding to embrace the experience as it comes instead of letting it make you nervous and wanting to run away from it. So use the power of choice to change fear into excitement and use that when approaching your life experiences and challenges. Stop worrying and automatically thinking of every negative scenario. Visualize it working in your favor instead. Neither has happened yet, but feeding the positive raises your vibrations and confidence to take action. So make it a habit to exercise your imagination. For example, say you're going to a networking event and you don't know anybody there. Instead of thinking in the corner and thinking, oh my God, what if no one likes me? No one's gonna come up to talk to me. I'm so shy. What if I sound stupid in front of them? No. You're gonna think, oh my gosh, this is an amazing opportunity to meet new people and make new connections. I'm just going to be myself and we'll see what happens. Stand out. You are not meant to be in a box. You want your desires for a reason. You're meant to have them. There's another version of you out there that has everything that you desire. All you gotta do is take the chance, take the action, and make the adjustments to get there. Everyone's not gonna like what you're doing. You are leveling up, which automatically makes you a threat. And people will say or do anything to bring you back to their level of stagnancy by calling you cringy, by calling you embarrassing, by saying you look weird, you look funny. Push through that. Ignore them and lean into the cringe or embarrassing thing. Let them talk. You're doing what others could only dream of. So focus on having fun however you want. The only way to overcome your fear is to push through it. You cannot go around fear. It will just show up in other ways and in other areas of your life. So you need to start leaning into it and constantly be putting yourself in situations that you would otherwise deem uncomfortable, cringy, or embarrassing. That outfit you're afraid to wear? Wear it. That photo you're afraid to post? Post it. You need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The more you do the things that scare you, the more numb you become to them, and they bother you less and less, and you gain confidence in doing uncomfortable things. It's hard, okay? I totally get that. I had to force myself to start going to the gym alone and hitting the big weights where all the gym rats were to get over my fear of looking dumb and not knowing what I was doing. I started filming in public. I forced myself to start a Twitter account and started sharing my ideas. I started wearing skirts after years of hating the shape of my legs. And now here I am posting on YouTube. And y'all, trust, this shit ain't easy, but I wouldn't be here right now without continuously putting myself out of my comfort zone and deciding that it was okay to do these things, because it was. You gotta make the choice and build that discipline of continuously stepping out of where you are comfortable so you can keep growing and finally get what you want out of your life. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. Let me know what you thought. Honestly, you being here right now, trying to figure out how to overcome your fears speaks volumes, and I am so proud of you. I know you're gonna push through and make it happen. I have full faith in you. You got this, bestie. You got this. Thank you again for watching, and we'll talk soon. Bye!